What if I told you that your $100,000 salary in the US is actually worth double that abroad, maybe even triple? Let's be honest, if you're watching this video, you've already outgrown your environment. You're just scouring the internet to figure out how you can take action on the desire that is already sitting here in your heart and here in your brain, okay? Because listen, you've done the work. You've put in the hours, you've gotten all of the certifications, qualifications, and validation, but the lifestyle is not matching up. Your six-figure income still has you tired, stressed out, anxious, and feeling like you'll never get ahead in today's economy, okay? This isn't because you haven't done the right thing. It just means that the environment that you're in isn't working anymore. And essentially, it was never meant to work. The system was created for you to survive, not to thrive, and not to live the lifestyle that you once dreamed of. Well, I'm here to tell you, you can absolutely have that lifestyle, okay? Because $1 in South Africa is not like $1 in New York or $1 in Atlanta, okay? You could be building a six-figure salary abroad, working half the time and spending 60% less. Okay, the economy, you're afraid of collapsing. It's already doing that. But on the outside, people are thriving and there is a rising economy awaiting for you to experience it if you'll just take the leap, okay? And so I'm gonna tell you a little bit about how I've done this and how I can help you do this at the end of the video. So welcome to the channel. My name is Ashley. If you're new to this channel, welcome. On this channel, I share my experience of living, moving, and doing business here on the continent of Africa. I help people diversify their real estate and financial investments to build wealth here on the continent of Africa the way smart money does. Okay, we do that strategically, we do that legally, and we do that with vetted expertise here on the ground. So if this type of content resonates with you, those type of resources resonate with you, be sure to watch until the end, but subscribe and like this video so that you can get information when I post new videos that are gonna help you essentially live the life you desire while investing strategically on the continent of Africa, which is essentially the most powerful continent. Let's get into it. What I wanna do is I wanna break down my cost of living here in Cape Town, South Africa, with what I used to spend when I was living in Atlanta, Georgia. Okay, so I'm the type of woman that likes to overestimate my expenses so that any extra essentially goes into my high interest bearing investment accounts, my high interest bearing bond accounts that I have here in South Africa. I've got some with the Johannesburg Stock Exchange, and I've also got an account, a trust account in Tanzania. So any extras that I have left over, in addition to the 10% that I already allocate, goes into those. So I'm gonna try to be as specific as I can, but just know these numbers are a tad bit overestimated for my own purposes, but do your research so that you can best figure out what your type of lifestyle would look like, okay? Sound good? So I'm gonna tell you now, when I lived in Atlanta, I lived a pretty decent lifestyle. I was a six-figure earner, I had a company, but I was working 50, 60, 70 hours a week, barely seeing my family, and I was on anxiety medication, burnt out. We're not doing that anymore. I work part-time. I have a full-time team that is helping me to refine my messaging and my business model so that I can serve very high-end clients that are looking to diversify their investments through real estate, financial investments, as well as in the mineral space here on the continent of Africa. They're investing in high growth industries and I'm here to support them. But I also do that with the support of a team so that I can still maintain my quality of life and the desires that I have, which is being a full-time mom and being a woman who lives a life of leisure. Okay, so I no longer work 60, 70 hours a week. At most, I work about 20 hours a week, but the work that I'm doing currently with Air Assistant IO is helping me to work even less by providing a higher level service to qualified buyers and investors that are ready to do the work with us. And so I'm going to teach you how you can also work with them at the end of this video. But first, let's get into these cost of living expenses. Okay, so I'll also link the videos that I've done below with the videos that I've done when I was living in Johannesburg as well as in Tanzania. So you can see how my quality of life has changed over the last nearly 5 years of me living here on the continent of Africa, okay? So for my rent, which is my biggest expense, which is also the most expensive thing that I have, that is doubled essentially since I moved from Johannesburg to Cape Town, I spend, and I'm also gonna be reading these out in Rand, so you can go ahead and get out your trusty converter if you want to convert, but I will convert the total at the end so you can understand what that looks like. And I can give you an estimate for rent because that's the most expensive, so you can go from there, okay? So for rent, I live in a beautiful home in the northern suburbs of Cape Town. I have views of the ocean as well as Table Mountain. Very walkable area. I walk to restaurants, to my gym, my daughter's school, grocery. It's a great area. I absolutely love it. We're in a 4-bedroom home. We have a pool, a garage. It's gated, a beautiful outdoor space in Bry. We're about a 4-bedroom home, 2-bathroom. We spend 32,000 Rand, which translates to about $1,753. I absolutely love my home. It is indeed double the rent that I was paying in Johannesburg, but it's definitely worth it. It's worth it. The next thing is our house manager. So we have someone that is a full-time employee that manages the home. She handles cooking, grocery lists, meal prepping, linen, all of the things. She manages the house for me, allowing me to focus on the things that I love doing, which are taking care of myself and my family and building my business. Okay, so for a full-time live-in house manager, she is getting paid about 6,000 Rand per month. That's what she takes home after I cover her housing costs and her board. That's about $328.84. My next expense is groceries, right? So we budget for about 6,000 Rand a month for groceries. Sometimes we use it, sometimes we don't, but I do order my groceries for the most part. If I need something, I'll walk to the nearby grocery store, but we order our groceries from a grocery delivery service, and I have organic vegetables and fruits also sent from a separate delivery service, and we budget about 6,000 Rand per month. That 6,000 Rand per month also translates to about $328.84. Then our pool maintenance, that's about 300 Rand a month. That is $16. And then our utilities, so internet is about 1,800 Rand. That's for 5G fiber. Wi-Fi, it's amazing. In this place, I don't even need extenders. It's great Wi-Fi. That is about $98. And then electricity, which is a prepaid electricity, we spend about 2,500 Rand, which translates to about $137. Is that right? For our electricity. Now, we do not pay for water because we have a borehole, which means that we just have a source from the natural water source that is in Cape Town, but I do have filtration systems throughout the house, especially even in my shower, to make sure that the water is even softer, but we absolutely love that and we don't pay for water. Okay, for transportation, I budget about 5,000 Rand per month. I rarely use that because, as I mentioned, I walk a lot, but that's for if I'm going into the city, into town, to my office, or going out with friends every few days, every few days a week. But 5,000 Rand translates to about $274 per month. Okay, The next big expenses, oh, and then let me say gym. So I go to a gym. It's beautiful. It's an amazing gym. And I have a trainer there. So between my gym membership and my trainer, that is about 5,500 Rand, which translates to, I don't know. You guys do the calculation because that one I didn't write down. But 5,500 Rand is my gym expense. Now, the next expense that is pretty large are the girls' school fees. So my oldest daughter, she is in boarding school. I've paid most of her boarding fees. So these are really just school fees. So this is just assuming your kids don't board. For her, she is in Form 1, which is essentially high school. Form 2, the second year. So like 10th grade. She is 11,000 Rand per month. And then Penelope is homeschooled. So we have a private homeschool tutor that comes in 5 days a week. She teaches science, history, English, maths, French, and a little bit of Mandarin. Okay, and a little bit of Mandarin, which is amazing. And then she also has a performing arts curriculum that she goes to 5 days a week where she does ballet, singing, piano, and gymnastics. Ballet, singing, piano, and gymnastics. And that's 5 days a week as well. So Penelope's is a little bit more. She's at about 18,000 Rand per month, which also I didn't do that calculation. So if you total it all up, my monthly expenses here in Cape Town are about 87,000 Rand per month. Again, these are a little bit overestimated because I always like to give a little bit extra. For example, if it's 5,200 Rand, I'm going to always round it up to 5,500 Rand. Or if it's 5,700 Rand, I'm going to round it up to 6,000 Rand because it just helps me calculate and helps me get excited at the end of the month when I have extra left over to throw into my interest-bearing accounts and my high-yielding accounts. So 8,700 Rand, it translates to about $4,782 per month. Now, this is a great quality of life for me and my family, based on the lifestyle that I want to be living. Like, I'm actually getting to live that. And I used to spend $10,000 a month with this same lifestyle, but actually it was worse because I was eating food from Costco and I was, working 80 hours a week, never seeing my children. And I was doing my own laundry for most of the month. I mean, I did get helpers to come maybe twice a month, but yeah, I was mostly doing my own laundry. And no, we don't get to do that anymore because we have a house manager. And I get all my meals prepared here in the home. It's just a different quality of life that I'm saying I desire to live, and I absolutely get to live, just not in the country that I was born in. And if that's something that you're interested in, you can totally do the same thing. Listen, rent, groceries, childcare, all of that is just getting ridiculous in the US, and your income isn't necessarily going up. So how about shift your environment so that you can experience the quality of life that you're working so hard for? I've essentially been working with Nani and Air Assistance for the last 2 months, and I'm taking my 6-figure income for my business and becoming a 7-figure business by working with Nani. So I want you to join us, and her and I are both hosting a 5-day 50K challenge so that you can take your current skill set and essentially earn 50K a month to help you with your relocation budget, or essentially your lifestyle to be able to live and do business anywhere in the world, especially if you desire to do so on the continent. You have to have income if you want to live comfortably on the continent of Africa. And why not do it in a way that leverages your current skill set to be able to serve clients everywhere in the world with what you bring to the table, which is high value. You'll be able to attract the clients that can't wait to pay you the costs that you charge, and you'll essentially be building a location independent business from wherever that is in the world. So I absolutely want you to join us. Join us by clicking the link in the description below. You're gonna hear all of the things that I've been doing with Nani and more from May 19th through the 23rd. And she's gonna teach you how to turn your offers into 5-figure offers and essentially your months into 5-figure months, like immediately. It's been amazing working with her. I'm so excited to see how my business grows, but more importantly, how this helps you finance the life that you deserve to live. So join us at the 50K 5-day challenge by clicking the link in the description. Seats are gonna fill up fast. Be sure to get your complimentary VIP ticket by clicking the link below. We're capping this at 500 people, and we sold out in a week when we did a similar challenge like this last year. So I can't wait to see you there. Click the link in the description, and I'll see you at the 50K 5-day challenge with Nani, an Air Assistant IO.